Welcome, friends. Welcome. We are happy to have our International Day of Peace concert today. We have Colleen Akiko and Jimmy Eaglesmith, sponsored by Prayers Without Borders, and we have interfaith prayers that will be interspersed toward the end. Roy may share a beautiful chant with us, so there's a lot that will go on. We want to take this time to dedicate ourselves to peace. One day a year, just think about peace. That's what we're trying to do. So we'll get started with things. Jimmy Eaglesmith will share with us an interfaith medley. Welcome.
I'm going to do my interfaith medley song that really lends towards peacefulness and unity. If you know any of the words of any of the songs, just sing right along, have fun. Thy will be done. May all beings be free. May all beings be at peace. May they be free from suffering. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be at peace. May they be free from suffering. May all beings be free. Bismillah, Ir-Rahman, Ir-Rahim. Bismillah, Ir-Rahman, Ir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah, Maliki Yawmadin. Bismillah, Ir-Rahman, Ir-Rahim. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, Yistachafu, Lahar Kodsho. Romemu, Adonai, Eloheinu, Yistachafu, Lahar Kodsho. Ki Kadosh, Adonai, Eloheinu, Romemu. Ki Kadosh, Adonai, Eloheinu, Romemu. Tayata Om Bekanzeya, Maha Bekanzeya, Ranza Samhungate Soha. Sing along. Tayata Om Bekanzeya, Maha Bekanzeya, Ranza Samhungate Soha. Tayata Om Bekanzeya, Maha Bekanzeya, Ranza Samhungate Soha. And if you know these words, shine your light on me, Baha'u'llah. I am over here, Baha'u'llah. Shine your light on me, Baha'u'llah. Glory, hey, glory, hey. That sounds good. Shine your light on me, Baha'u'llah. I am over here, Baha'u'llah. Shine your light on me, Baha'u'llah. Glory, hey, glory, hey. And the final one in the medley is my peace song that I wrote for the Washoe, Paiute, and Shoshone nations. Pray for peace for all the children. Walk in grace with every step. May they discover peace within, under one sky, hand in hand. Now everybody stand and take someone's hand, even if it's your own, and sing along. Pray for peace for other nations. Walk in beauty with every step. May we find peace within us, under one sky, hand in hand. Now sing along. Under one sky, we are one nation. We are one nation. Under one sky, we are one land. We are one land. Under one sky, all my relations, all my relations. Under one sky, hand in hand. Last time we're feeling. Under one sky, we are one nation. Under one sky, we are one land. Under one sky, all my relations. Under one sky, hand in hand. Take my hand. Amen. Thank you for the standing ovation. I appreciate that. Now we're all warmed up. I want to share something for you. I'm introducing Colleen Akiko, who some of you know. And after tonight, you're all going to know her and really appreciate her well. She's lovingly dubbed Weaver Bird. She inserts threads of awareness and connection into a warm hug for all of our souls. Through her captivating stories and songs, she illustrates the wondrous journey of full embodying and expressing all our purpose in the world, especially on a day like this. In every gathering, Colleen encourages each of us to really tune into our body's wisdom for a more meaningful experience. And so breathing gratitude in for all of us here. Take a slow, deep breath through your heart space and feel gratitude, not only for Colleen in this moment, but for everybody in this country on this day. Now let us welcome Colleen to the stage.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Love you.
Love you too, girl.
How good to be here. So grateful, each one of you. I'd like to just start out at the ground level and offer gratitude and acknowledgement for the land, for the people of the land, and all that has happened here. I believe that the peoples that we know of are called the Washoe, but I'm sure there were many other people, many families, many grandmothers and grandfathers and children and cousins, and a lot of them suffered for some of the vibrations that we find creeping into our own lives. And so without saying that we're to blame, we would like to take responsibility in a prayerful way, in a asking forgiveness kind of a way. Is anybody here familiar with the Ho'oponopono prayer? Yes, and it's just basically distilled down to 4 simple expressions. I'm sorry, or I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And so we offer this to the people of the land. We offer this to the land itself, who has suffered by a lot of wrong choices for the wrong reasons. And even though we might not have participated in that personally, we're all connected. And that's kind of what this time is all about, is that because there's such love present, it's safe to acknowledge and feel that connection. And so I invite you to, isn't this a beautiful drum? Thank you. Just sing after me, if you'd like. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, forgive me, forgive me. Thank you, I love you, I love you. I'm sorry, forgive me. Thank you. I love 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 you. And in this vibrational container of love that we all are, I'd like you to join in your hearts with me for what I call a words prayer. Words being an expression of what is often inexpressible. And as we are talking about seeing peace and being peace and beholding peace in our world, the fullness of that is beyond words, isn't it? Yeah. And yet all I have is words, whether it's spoken or sung. And I'm grateful for the music, because sometimes the music expresses what is beyond words as well. And I'm grateful for the love that is present here, because that's what makes it safe for us to go deep and to be real. So I thank you for that. So as Jimmy was guiding us just to open our hearts, open your hearts as you feel is best for you. And add your heart to this prayer. Thank you. So our time together, I pray that it's sacred and from our souls, each one of us and all of us together. And our souls have all different kinds of feelings and flavors going on, right? The beginning of our time together is about seeing peace. And just the word seeing kind of conjures up glasses and contact lenses and sunglasses and what type of lens am I looking through and all kinds of things, right? This came to my mind when I was just starting to think about seeing. Has anybody ever heard a bird flying into a window? Yeah, it's not one of our favorite sounds, right? So, we like to name the critters around our home. We have Sir Gary the gopher snake. We have Marvin the monster mullen. Who else do we have? Our trees have names: Cedric, Lamborghini, Janus. So this particular creature, one morning we woke up and I wasn't sure what it was, but it was like that boom, not super loud, like gonna crack the window, but definite hit on the window. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And sure enough, within a minute, there was another one of the same sound. And there was a creature continuously hitting the window, whom I just call Robin because it was a robin. And I wasn't sure what to call it because it was tenacious, so maybe tenacious robin. There's a branch not too far from the window, and when this robin got on the branch, it would see its reflection and just boom. I don't know why it wanted to get at that other robin in the window, whether it was a friendly intention or, get out of my space intention, but it was relentless. It would not stop going after its own reflection. And so we did some things to try to, in a nice way, encourage Robin to not continue to fly at that illusion. So we have wooden plantation shutters, so we could see him through the plantation shutter, and we'd wait and we'd watch, and then when Robin would start flying to the window, Chris would jump up and go, close the shutters really fast, like to try to wake it up. And that kind of worked with varying levels of success, but again, within a few minutes, boom, thud. So then we thought, well, robins have natural enemies, and Lila has toys. So we found a really scary tiger, Simba. So we waited till Robin was, in flight, and then we took Simba and went, "Rah!" And I think it kind of might have worked, or, but that Robin just would not stop flying at the illusion of itself. And I thought, do you ever get that feeling that sometimes something happens and you're thinking, well, why does this keep happening? What am I supposed to get out of this? This is a kind of an unusual occurrence. And I thought, well, maybe I'm spending too much time and attention looking at illusions, possibly. And actually, the end of that Robin story was basically, it would not change its way of seeing. And so Chris had to go and clip off the branch that it was on. And the tree needed a trim anyway, so it was okay. Everybody was okay after that. But the impression that Robin left factors in, I believe, to our gathering. about peace, because it's so important, isn't it? What we allow ourselves to give our time and attention to. And actually, I hope this works. I'd like to tell another story that happened to me, and Robin was not present for this one. Although I was thinking it'd be really cool if Robin had something like this, because then it could see, right? Okay, yeah, and if it couldn't see like that, it maybe could have something like this. You guys look kind of interesting, actually. And we do this, right? We're like, I don't really like what I'm seeing. I think I'll find a different way of seeing it, and then we get something like this. And it can be pretty blingy and kind of cool looking, and it does actually affect the way that we see things, doesn't it? However, I don't think this would solve Robin's problem. But I think this would if Robin was somehow able to look within and do this. Did it go on? It did. Yes. Okay, eBay's great. So, yeah, Robin had no way of turning on the light to go through the glass to illuminate the illusion that it was spending way too much time running into. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. So, my spy glasses. They're fun, aren't they? Yeah. All these things that we do to affect the way that we see things, they can be quite distracting. Another thing that I find really helpful in seeing things better is simply to wipe my glasses. They're actually okay, but I have to wipe them quite often because out in the world, they get pretty smudgy. Yeah. And I guess another metaphor would be what? The windshield wipers, right? I would like to offer another way of seeing, using the metaphor of when I met Superman. Yeah. So when I was 12 years old, I felt a little not real comfy in my body, not real comfy in my life. My parents were going through a long and drawn-out divorce in which they vented years of uncommunicated stuff. I was the recipient of racial bullying at school and at the bus stop and on the bus. So I had the need to escape in the best way that I could. And that kind of gave way to some druggy stuff later. But when I was 12, sometimes my older brother would let me hang out with him, and we would walk a few blocks to the drugstore. We would kind of saunter over as nonchalantly as possible and park ourselves in front of the magazine section, and we would read comic books. Comic books. Anybody remember comic books? Yeah. I don't know why the comic books made more of an impression with me than, the cartoons or the movies or whatever. And maybe it's that imagination piece, possibly. So my brother Peter and I, we read our respective comic books, and 10, maybe 15 minutes, the store manager would come and shush us off. And so that's how I think I became a fast reader, actually. So, Superman, why was he, does anybody like Superman here? Oh, okay, yeah, let's hear it for Superman. Yay. I mean, he's got cool tights, he's got a neat cape. For some reason, the cape always flows in the right direction. He's very photogenic. Did you ever notice that Superman does not wear his glasses when he's flying through the air? Interesting. So I did a bit of research, and I found some really cool things about Superman's seeing. he had like superhero seeing. Anybody remember some of the cool things about Superman and how he could see?
Super X-ray vision.
Yes, super X-ray vision, yeah. Which is kind of scary in real life, because when you're an awkward 12-year-old, you're kind of wondering, well, does anybody else have super X-ray vision? Because I don't want them to see through my clothes. Very embarrassing thought at that time. Yeah, super X-ray vision. Anything that the eyes could do besides the super X-ray vision? Does anyone remember that far back? Laser. Yes, laser. Toom, 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 right? Yeah, very cool. There was an aspect of his seeing that I found interesting, and it was the vulnerability of his eyes. And I had to dig a little deep to find this out. So Superman was he had this kind of force shield all around him, right? And you could shoot at him, nothing, right? But his eyes were vulnerable unless he had that heat ray thing on, which he had to intend the heat ray thing to go on. What is that called? The shields, yeah. He had to turn on his eye shields. Otherwise, you could do stuff to his eyes if he didn't have those turned on. So I just thought, as a metaphor, that was kind of interesting. Superman. I'm thinking about how this comes back around to peace and seeing peace. The Robin seeing was pretty surface seeing. Shall we call it that? Surface seeing. And we all surface see. It's just kind of part of life on Earth, right? Superman, if we take the metaphor of superhero seeing, what does that say as far as how we can see in a deeper way? What is the light that we're seeing from? Where does it come from? Yeah, it comes from inside of us, doesn't it? Yeah. Because Superman could see in light or dark, didn't matter, because he had Superman supervision. And doesn't it seem that this is a time for us to discover that for ourselves? Each one of us. It's going to be a little different for each of us. Seeing from within. Talking about seeing peace. So we've heard about peace as not defined as the absence of war, but the presence of what? What would you say some descriptors are of peace? When peace is present, what is present? Love. Harmony. Thank you. Unity. Tranquility. Unity. Compassion. Yeah, is that what you said? Calm. Yes. Yeah. Laughter. Yeah. When it's peaceful, we're free to laugh. Empathy.
Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee.
Yes, amen. Yeah, that's the peace we're talking about. And that's the peace that we're welcoming here in our gathering, our container. It's the perfect peace. And it's not one that we're going to see reflecting back at a window. It's through the illusions. So that's what we're here for, is to recognize peace is present, the illusions are rampant, and we have been given superhero eyes to see through the illusions. I'm just going to be sharing my own stories, because one of the illusions that we're called to see through in a big way right now is the illusion of separations. It took me decades of testing and unknowing what I had known and been really culturated in. Is that a word? About separations. I felt at one time that if I stepped into a place of no separations, that I'd actually be blaspheming God. That's how strong I felt about separations. And, you know, it was just my Robin way of seeing things. So I'd like to share some of the process that I went through in seeing, a different way of seeing. Isn't it true that it's so easy to, maybe it's inevitable to be blind to our blindness? You know, we can't see our blind spots. But yet, we're gifted with this sense that there's something deeper, there's something more. I'm not seeing something. Like maybe Robin was saying, you know, on the 27th time, there's got to be I'm not seeing something here. Not seeing the glass. Yeah. So this song is simply called See. I met a woman, brave and wise. She called me to her side. Were strong and weathered, her face cracked when she smiled, and in her eyes a dancing light undressed my destiny. To heal my blind and stumbling ways by learning how to see. Took my hand, sat me down, and looked up to the sky. Heaven's here on earth, she said, when you let your stories die. Then my heart stretched out its longing to fly up high and free. It told my mind to let them go, by learning how to see. Afraid to lose my stories would be like taking off my skin, painfully exposing the freezing doubts within. Then I smelled her light of fire that melted me with peace, with lullabies and rising tears, I began to see how to see. How to see from the light inside my spirit opens wide to see. Weathered hands are strong now. My face cracks when I smile. I watch the children stumble. I hold them when they cry. And when they come despairing to sit a while with me, they see the joy dance in my eyes, all they wanna see. Learning how to see from the light inside my spirit, open wide to see. I see a woman, brave and wise. She calls me from inside. Seeing. Isn't it beautiful when something happens? We can't explain it. But all of a sudden, what we had no idea was there to see, we see it. And we are here in this gathering to open the possibility for that to happen in the realm of peace and all those descriptors that we put into the circle together. Because each one of us is different, and we're going to experience our balance differently. You know, some of us may have the love really dialed in, but there's something else that is a little lacking. And it's okay, because we're all in this together. I have a couple tough songs to share with you. Sometimes I can't sing them without crying, so you'll just have to forgive me if that happens. With everything present regarding peace, there's other stuff that rocks the boat, even when we have these components in with us. We know they're with us. And so what are some of the things that are obstacles to realizing the peace that is present? Obviously war. Yeah. Anybody else have an idea of what's robbed your peace lately, I should say? Distraction. What kind of distractions? Interesting. So it doesn't have to be anything too intense, just looking at the reflection in the glass. Distractions. Thank you. What else? Fear. Everybody know what the acronym is for fear? Yes, the false evidence appearing real. I kept trying to tell that to Robin, but that bird would not listen. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Yeah. Disunity, conflict. Yeah. So in the realm of conflict, maybe gossip. What's that? Disrespect. Disrespect can be very traumatizing. Has anybody ever had their character assassinated? Yeah, we could all share stories about that. That did not feel very peaceful. Yeah. When someone says not only wrongfully what you did when you didn't do it, but they also say why you did what you actually didn't even do. So of course you didn't have that motive either. Very non-peaceful, right? Anything else? Competition. That's an interesting one. Yes. Yeah. And competition is something we can all sit with quietly. And in the quiet, maybe we'll start understanding more deeply. Yes.
So when we see other people as others,
Mm-hmm.
separate from ourselves, and then when we see us as others from them, their point, we get annoyed or triggered.
Yes. Yeah, so that is a wonderful, that's not a wonderful, but that's a clear contrast to peace, where there are no separations. And as soon as there's a they and me, or an us and them, no peace. There is no peace in that. Yeah. Yeah, lack or miscommunication. Yeah. Say that again? Ego. Well, the ego is not very peaceful, unless it's a pseudo peace, right? Yeah. Casting judgment. Yeah, that would kind of be in that pie of gossip and all of that. Yeah. And does it always have to be verbalized and in your face in order for it to have an effect on our quality of peace? No. We are vibrational beings. And if someone is carrying a very non-peaceful or conflictive or vindictive vibration, it can throw us off kilter temporarily until we remember the peace that we are called to be rooted in. One of the, slogans, I guess it's a slogan, for where I am professionally now, and I'm getting ready to launch a podcast called We Be the Change, and a blog. And so as I've sat with being the change, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff about changing the world that doesn't feel right to me, so what feels right? And what came to me is this: rooted in the changeless, I become the change. And it is only when I just sit still long enough where I'm still and I know the I am that I am. From that place, I become whatever the next step is. I don't do it, I become it. One obstacle to peace, actually, that many of you have experienced in yourselves or your dear ones is illness, sickness. I'm going to share a song with you that's hard for me to sing. I tried doing it a few weeks ago at another gathering, and I didn't make it very well. So this is about my best friend, Lenisi, who's been here for the New Year's Eve services. And I think instead of telling you the song, I'm just going to sing it to you. It's called See the Mountain. And it's about how we see what happens around us. And asking ourselves, am I willing to allow the grace to come in to help me see this in a truer way? And that's what happened in this song. We cannot deny our emotions. We were created with emotions. So what do we do with that, with these emotions? And we can't not feel them. That's not healthy. But it's just like storm happens, we move through the storm, or the storm moves through us. So that's this song. And I had to tell you, this is rough, and it's going to get even rougher, but it'll get better at the end, okay? True story. This happened, actually, the opening place was at a little, was it a B&B, a little inn called Tom's Place over by Bishop. We had to stop for the night there. That's where it starts. seaside motel room. You spoke it straight, though the news you gave was a harbinger of doom. The map we made of our golden dreams was burning down in flames. That's okay, we said. Someday we'll try again. I tried to sleep beneath a mountain of sadness. Destiny had fallen so far from its axis. See the mountain, how it barricades the sky. See the mountain, feel it crush away our lives. See the mountain, cast a shadow decades wide, where my crumbled faith has died. I see the mountain. All I see is the mountain. The mountain. Morning washed my darkened eyes with sunlight. I gathered up my pieces, brought my clumsy feet outside, climbed a rocky canyon where a crescent moon shone through until the vista widened and a lake came into view. I walked up to a shore of waveless reflection. The looming mountains mirror perfectly beckoned. See the mountain shining on the lake's veneer. See the mountain on the water's skin so clear. See the mountain on the more stories that it tells, where my hope unfolds so well. I see the mountain. All I see is the mountain. A gust of air declared the mirror broken. I raised my head in angry dread to ask the heavens why. My gazing then was captured by the mountain's gleaming light. A voice spoke deep inside me as my heart was lifted high. See the mountain beaming through the storms. See the mountain with its beauty clear and strong. See the mountain with its face up to the stars. Feel a mountain that you are with your open broken heart. Let the stories fall apart. Feel the mountain till all you can see is the mountain. See the mountain. Be the mountain. Could you feel the mountain? I wonder if we could offer an energetic gift on this day of peace. We could all stand together. Let's just take a breath together. It came to me, actually, I think it was yesterday, that we're all mountains, each one of us. And we are, at the same time, a mountain range, just like the Sierra Nevada mountains. And what a gift that Creator has blessed us with. That our roots go so far down into the blessed earth, so strong. And at the very base, holding the beautiful mountain that we are, is this great mystery. I love how the Course in Miracles puts it at the beginning. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. So we are based and held strong in that truth. The truth that is beyond form, beyond change, beyond time. We are held. And so from this base, we are in our bodies this beautiful mountain. Trees, all kinds of rock faces, beautiful. And then just put your hands up and feel the sky, how big it is. How can we contain this sky? It is uncontainable. And this is our sky. And as mountains and as a mountain range, we are held, each one and all together, by this limitless grace, power, strength. And as we use this sacred gift of intention, we open our hearts, just like in the song, the mountain has its face open to the sky. We allow the sun, the beautiful sun, just shine right into our beings, right into our hearts. And our minds, our heads bow to this wisdom. For there is no wisdom like it. And each of us, as these mountains of peace, we hold our intention for peace on earth, from the earth, from our hearts. And we know it's true because it is that peace that is our prayer. We are praying with peace. And as we pray with peace, it is so already. We behold the truth of it, whether it has manifest now yet or not. We behold the truth of peace, holding us, filling us, our very life. Let's just breathe that first into any aspects of our lives that don't feel peaceful now. and into the lives of those who are dear to us. We breathe peace. That is the truth of the matter. The illusions are like the robin's reflection on the window. Peace is the truth. And into those places that have known no earthly peace. Beyond our imagining how horrible that is. We breathe love. We echo the ho'oponopono. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Peace be with you. Let's breathe together. And in your bodies, just feel your feet. Just press towards your toes. And if at any moment you experience doubt, remember your feet, that they are being held strongly and firmly in peace, by peace. And let's put a hand on our heart, and maybe another on your solar plexus. Just breathing the gratitude. This is the truth. The truth that we know in our own way, the truth that we know together. Today is such a powerful day. There are so many people who are holding intentions for peace. We join with them. Gratitude and love, rooted in the changeless. Together, we become the change. It is so. Amen. Aho. All our relations. Thank you. I'm going to read you a poem. I have a hard time reading this without crying, but I have an uncle who's like a father to me, my Uncle Dan. He's 86. And he's full of stories. And these last years, he's becoming more and more deep. Yesterday, we had one of the deepest conversations we've ever had. I asked him if I could read this poem. We help each other write. I don't know if I help him, but he helps me. When he told me about this poem, first he said, I don't know if I ever want to share it. It's not very inspiring. It's kind of bitter. He said, but I'll send it to you anyway. This is the world we live in. He wrote this exactly 1 month ago on August the 21st, reflecting on my happy birthday. And more and more, I'm coming into wonder at our elders' wisdom. And I encourage everybody here to sit still at the feet of an elder and ask them to tell you their stories. They're so rich. In the August 21st of all the years since time began, grandmas and grandpas, mothers, fathers, children, cousins, comrades, uncles, aunts, and neighbors were demeaned, maimed, killed, and dubbed collateral damage whenever nations waged war with neighbors. My birthday came on August 21st, 2024. I wondered about the collateral damage in those 86 years gone. A few seconds passed before my mind landed on August 21st, 1945, when I turned 7. Peace happened 12 days later. The world's warriors quit fighting and stopped making collateral damage from hapless fathers and mothers, daughters and sons, grandfathers and grandmothers. When I turned 12 on August 21st, 1950, the world's warriors wrestled to win Korea with no regard for collateral damage, the wasting of families in war. They wreaked havoc on luckless Koreans. Every day since my 86th birthday, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and Palestine make collateral damage from grandfathers, grandmothers, mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters. Alas, murdering innocents today, like before I turned 7 in 1945, as in all of man's yesterdays, causes collateral damage. Nothing has changed. Happy birthday. I could be happier. We could all be happier. This is our world where people are so dehumanized. The little children, collateral damage. So I have another hard story to tell you that is very connected to this collateral damage humanization of life that happened in a more personal way. And I ask you to feel the peace mountain that you are in this story and in this song. And in the song that is, I'm going to be sharing, there is a little simple chant. And I ask when it's time to join me on the chant to sing from the base of the mountain that you are. That song, because that's very powerful. And we can really, I get the image of one of those spotlights that maybe has a lot of crud on it. When we join in the chant, as this beautiful place is masterful at providing these opportunities, we join in a vibrational joint chant of such a high vibration. We are just polishing off the spotlight, and it is the light on the hill. And so that's what we will have the opportunity to do to close this time out. And after the chant, and maybe before I start the song, we'll do a ring the bell, and after the chant, we'll ring the bell a couple times. We'll take a 5-minute comfort break very quietly, and then I'll ring the bell again, and we can all quietly come back, and we will close this time with prayer and sacred words. So, the story that I had to ask permission from my co-writer of this song to share this story, and we had a good talk. It's an old song. I used to live in Connecticut and have a sacred contract to write songs with a particular person that we started writing coast to coast after I moved out here, and kind of mystical way. And Don't do it all the time, but kind of in spurts, and we haven't done it for a while. This song is one of those, probably the most mystical type of a song I've ever been involved in. My co-writer, Mary, who's an amazing poet and artist, words person, very sensitive, used to teach her daughter piano lessons. That's how I got to know her. There was a terrible tragedy that happened in a coastal town in Connecticut. A 25-year-old young man named Matt worked in a restaurant. Typical 25-year-old, probably liked to party and whatnot, but he also was on his path. And at that time, he was studying Buddhism. People spoke of him as a very gentle, kind person. Liked to have fun, easy to be around. He got off work, and he's just walking down the sidewalk to go home. And there happened to be a group of guys who, later in court, they just said they're bored. So they targeted him. And with people watching, horrified, they violently tortured Matt and killed him in front of everybody and just left him bleeding on the sidewalk. And so the persons doing that are still in prison. And like I said, there was no rhyme or reason, and there never is. But that's what happened to his earthly life was just cut short. He exited his body. That he could have just been another statistic, and there are lots of horrendous statistics. However, shortly after that, providentially, Mary met one of his friends, a close friend, who was distraught. And Mary's a very compassionate person, and they had a conversation. And one of the things that transpired from that conversation were yet something has to be expressed. And we all have different ways of doing that. So Mary had some words, and she sent them over. And just happens to be Mary sends me words, and I just hear the music, and there we go. And usually it goes really smoothly and pretty quickly. And we kind of thought, oh, okay, a song, good. And it wasn't okay. And we said, something's not right about this. And we realized we needed to ask Matt to help us write the song. And we had no peace until we did that. And that is one of the most bizarre things I had ever done as a songwriter. I've been writing songs for more than 50 years. That was the first, and I've not done it since, where I just said, okay, here's the best that I can offer. Did we get it yet? And I remember one night, no, it is not okay. And it's not only not okay, it is really not okay. So trash that. And we went back and forth for weeks, actually, and we didn't sleep very well, but we got this song. And so I'm going to share this song. The heart of this song is that those who have both lost their lives due to violence and those who have lost their lives while speaking for peace, they are alongside us. And as we offer ourselves to care and to ask, what would you have me to be? And how would you have me to walk this through? The answers are there, right? So I often, when I sing this song, sometimes it's a little disconcerting because I don't understand so much, but I feel the potency of what we can hold together in songs like this. And, for you it may be other things besides songs, but whatever it is, I really encourage you to sit still and get quiet and listen. Have a pencil handy or whatever, and if you happen to get it while you're sitting, write it down, or just be open to be awakened in the wee hours of the night, and write it down. Because whenever we step forward and say, I feel this. This is why I'm here right now. The world is very volatile. There are so many people suffering. How can I embody peace? And we will, when we ask that way, we will be answered, because the answer is already there. So this is called Peace Arise. And I'll just let you know that this is the chant, and I'll give you the cue. It's time for us. Peace arise. Peace arise. Peace arise. Peace arise. That's it. Peace won't rest. Fear runs the street. A witness hears the shouts, yet pretends to sleep. Our innocence is taken and will not be released. Taking lives for lives, vengeance still survives. We hold our shattered families with tears too deep to cry. Carve the stone, rest in peace. The peace won't rest, it will arise. When the innocent fall, so do we all, so do we all. Fear buried truth with lies, apathy closed our eyes. If silence is captivity, speaking now sets us free. Words can change the world we sing. Lead the way to peace one day. Peace one day. Peace arise. Peace arise. Peace arise. Peace arise. Hold it here. We will be the change, a rebirth from the earth. Speak for those with no voice, act for those with no choice. We won't be forced down. Peace arises from the ground. We join you who'd never fight. We join you who'd never kill. Struck down for speaking peace. You are not silent still. Asking why from the funeral pyre, rise beyond the guns, seize the fire, seize the fire. Peace arise, peace arise, peace arise. Sing it with me now. Peace arise.
change the world, we say. Lead the way with peace one day. We cannot hesitate. Peace won't wait. Peace will rise. 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 Peace arise. Peace arise. Thank you. Do we need a comfort break? Do we want to just bring it around in this space? Okay. Let's close the circle in a good way. Just honoring the creator and sustainer of this peace that is here as us. The reality of peace in our midst. As we sing Peace Arise, and as we allow the vibration of peace to rise up in us as us, we know that the blindfolds come down, that the truth of what is becomes more clear and visible. And as we are rooted in love, the brightness of what is brings so many out of the darkness of suffering. For this we give thanks. I would love for Roya to come up and bless us with a continuation of this beautiful vibration. And Roya has a way of singing to your bones, so I invite you to just open up your bones and receive the beauty and the strength and the power to love that comes through her. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Allahumma ya sabur ya Qudus ya Hannan ya Mannan Allahumma ya Subhan ya Qudus ya Hannan ya Mannan فرج لنا بالفضل والإحسان إنك رحمن منان اللهم يا صبور يا قدوس يا حنان يا منان اللهم يا صبور يا قدوس يا حنان يا منان فرج لنا بالفضل والإحسان إنك رحمن منان إنك رحمن منان
What an awesome, powerful experience we are enjoying here together. As Colleen talked to us about the power of sight, I could not help but reflect on how essential sight is to peace.
She sounded like she was a member of the Society of Wounded Healers. And I recognize that there are healthcare professionals here present now. And one of the components of recognizing that something is wrong is the ability to recognize or to see or to experience or to perceive the signs and the symptoms of something wrong. But because we're here today to invoke, to celebrate, to experience, to see, to behold, and in fact, to become peace, we're also challenged to recognize and to see when something is right, when there is an absence of disease. In fact, we could even call it a state of peace. I remember I had an experience. I was at the Atlantis. It was one of the happiest days of my life. I had just got married that particular day. And as I sat there and enjoyed the experience of absolute peace, it was in the dining room of the Atlantis, which you know is a very, very large room. And as my eyes scanned the room, as it is doing right now, I noticed that there was a toddler, perhaps a toddler, 2-year-old, in a baby chair. So I scanned the room, and as I scanned the room and came back around, the toddler looked at me and said, "Hi," from way across the room. So I was thinking, she couldn't possibly be talking to me because she doesn't know me. So I came back across the room, and she says, "Well, hi." And her parents and everybody at her table, they looked across the room at me as though, "Why are you not responding to this celebration of peace? Hi." And so my wife and I, we have this experience that we enjoy together, very intimate experience between husband and wife. And our peace chant goes something like this: "Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with you." So I was like, "No, honey, that's not the way it goes. The way it goes is, no, just let it begin with you." So as I listened to Colleen and as I listened to Roya appeal to the deity, the presence of peace, I said, what did the child see? What signs and symptoms did she see that compel her to celebrate peace with one simple word: hi? And so I say to you all today, hi. I not only want to see peace, the child beheld peace, but I want to be the peace the child saw. So if I were a healthcare professional and I had to recognize the symptomology of peace, I have 12 symptoms here. And I know that at some point, one of these symptoms will compel you to recognize and to see the peace in you. When there is peace, there is a tendency to think and to act spontaneously rather than from fears based on past experience. When there is a presence of peace, there is an unmistakable ability to enjoy each and every moment, just like you did when you experienced vicariously with me the baby saying, what? Hi! Joy, joy, joy. When there is the presence of peace, there is a loss of interest in judging others. You remember when Colleen asked us what are some of the symptoms of the absence of peace? And we talked about judgmentalism, separateness. Guess what? When there is a presence of peace, there is also a loss of interest. We're all going to like this. I think I'm coming up your street on this one. An absence in the interest of judging yourself. You know what? Let me share something with you. This should stop you from judging yourself right now. You are conceived of the very essence of the Creator. And my Bible tells me on that transglorious day when the Creator looked at all the works that he had done, he said that it is all very good. So there is all very goodness in you. When you look in the mirror like I did, as I wondered what the child saw, I say, hey, I'm feeling all very good. There is a loss of interest in interpreting the actions of others. There is a loss of the ability to worry. Frequent and overwhelming episodes of appreciation of life. I like to call it Hattie G. You know, we had an auntie named Hattie G. Everybody says, Hattie G coming to the party because we love her banana pudding. H is for hallelujahs. A is for amen. T is for thanksgiving. Y is for God. Y is thank you, God, for everything. That's just spontaneous Hattie G. Next time you want to judge somebody, just say to yourself, Hattie G, I am all right, you okay, I'm okay. There is frequent overwhelming episodes of appreciation. We talked about that. Contented feelings of connectedness with others, as we all feel connected right now. Frequent attacks of smiling through the heart, and also increasing susceptibility to love extended by others, as well as the uncontrollable urge to extend love to others yourself. An increasing tendency to let things happen rather than manipulate them and make them happen. So the scripture says this: now may the Lord himself, the Lord of peace, pour into you his peace in every circumstance, in every possible way. The Lord's tangible presence be with you all. Peace.
I wasn't planning on coming up here. I just want to invite you to the back for further conversations on peace. You know, in the back of the room where Colleen's beautiful CDs and music are available, the promise of world peace and continued conversations and studies on the barriers that keep us apart and the roots underlying our unity. Okay? And thank you to this beautiful Buddhist sanctuary. We will ask Miss Shelley to come up, perhaps, Reverend Shelley, to perhaps close. I mean, if you would.
Thank you all for being here and giving of yourself, just being vulnerable to receive peace and to share that feeling with everyone. It's very powerful. Every Buddha in the 10 directions has praised the virtues of unity and peace. People must strive only for this way of being. Those who delight in virtue, live in harmony and good conduct, will achieve the happiness of ultimate peace. It is the end of all attachments binding us to the cycles of birth and deaths. It is a troubling fact that in our world today, it is full of war and fighting as it ever was. Whether such conflicts are on a small or large scale, whether they are individual or social, domestic or international. In Buddhism, we see all conflict arises from the 3 poisons: ignorance, desire, and anger. The key to pacifying all conflicts is to overcome these selfish, blind passions that are the underlying cause. The way we can do this is, as Colleen was talking to, ending the delusion that we are separate beings. We are not separate beings. We're part of everyone. We're part of the animal world. We're part of the clouds and the plants and stardust. We're just part of everything. So there is no separateness. In the message of the Dalai Lama, he always emphasizes the importance of world peace. Every time he speaks, he's always talking about world peace. He touches on the subject of world peace, and his focus turns to inner peace. Never once does he deviate from this. In order for the world to be at peace, we first overcome our selfish, blind passions and find inner peace that we can sustain in daily life. This is a basic principle in Buddhist practice, and it is a habit that we all need to cultivate. To quote His Holiness, compassion and love are not mere luxuries. As a source of both inner and external peace, they are fundamental to the continued survival of our species. It is our practice at this temple to, as we've cultivated all this wonderful energy together, that we don't selfishly keep it for ourselves or contained in this beautiful hondo, we send it out. So, those of us who know this chant, called the Echo, you can chant it with me. What it means is that we dedicate any merit or virtue created through this wholesome practice to help all beings awaken the spark, the spirit to seek enlightenment and live a life of peace and harmony. Ganishi kudoku myodo seisai dohon bodaishin ojo Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. May you continue to live in peace and harmony. Let's carry all this beautiful energy in your hearts out to the world. Thank you all so much for being here. And please stop at the back table or chat. You don't have to rush out. If you want to stay and be together, that's lovely. And there's cookies in the back too. Okay. Thank you.